Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
That is not fair for anyone. And I am not alone in this. So I will not be quiet about it.
A LuLaRoe sales representative claims she was misled by the company, saying the multi-level marketing model isn't all it's cracked up to be.
On Tuesday, we ran a story about this popular company known for its leggings. They have been taking a lot of heat lately, sellers saying the company is putting them into more debt.
LuLaRoe told us in a statement that they don't make claims of how much money representatives can make off their products. After that story ran, we were contacted by a woman who says that's not true and sent us a video she says proves it.
Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson has this exclusive story.
All right, Deanne's got some tall and curvy owls.
This video was shot at a LuLaRoe conference last year. They're meant to pump up sales representatives like Danielle Ianno.
I was obsessed. I was addicted.
She says she paid $5,000 to join LuLaRoe, then more to buy leggings to sell, believing she would make good money.
And you make Coach, your checks are anywhere from $18,000 to $60,000 a month. Wow. It is an easy thing.
Ianno sent us this video saying the woman in it making claims about paychecks is the LuLaRoe founder, Deanne Stidham.
And you hear in the background, whoa, because we were all like, yes, Deanne. Our eyes were going and we were like, yes, this is strengthening lives and blessing families, and we will do whatever you say. Yes, Deanne, I will sell leggings.
But wait a minute. LuLaRoe told us in a statement, quote, LuLaRoe does not make claims about amount of money people can make.
It's not the downlines that are the problem, it's the uplines. And that's where it's very scary, because if it keeps going down, it's never going to stop. And the lies are just being spread from the top.
The company wouldn't confirm to us that the woman in the video is their founder, but did tell us that at this particular event, there were disclaimers provided about the amount of money consultants can make. LuLaRoe tells us, quote, during this training event with independent fashion retailers, LuLaRoe provided attendees with various disclaimers, noting that income levels may be depending on a variety of factors and do not represent guarantees or projections of actual earning or profits. However, Ianno tells us she was selling quite a bit and put a lot of work into LuLaRoe, but still, somehow, didn't make a profit.
They set us all up for failure, and everyone knows it, but they don't want to believe it because you don't want to believe that you're going to fail.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
LuLaRoe told us in a statement they will buy back products from sales representatives. Ianno says she hasn't tried to send her stuff back yet.
A little breezy out there today with some clouds, but it's been nice. Let's find out from Hutch if that's going to continue tonight. Hutch?
Indeed, it will, and most of us will see very quiet conditions as we head through our evening, but do not be surprised in our southern counties at a quick passing renegade heavy shower. One like that moved through the FM area just about an hour ago. And that thing is diminishing in intensity as it works its way down toward the Wolverton area. Hey, in Lakes Country, the Rolog area, seeing some showers passing through. There's some brief heavy showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder with these, but nothing severe. Also, passing out of Hubbard County into Wadena County, a couple of showers. Your planner shows temperatures will slip into the 60s for the majority of our late evening hours. Light and variable winds are to continue. Similar story for Grand Forks this evening. Coming up, we'll talk about warmer weather heading our way and a chance of rain in the forecast as well. We'll tell you when that hits here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. The Fargo police officer fired earlier this week is trying to get his job back, and Fargo's assistant city attorney says they'll have a hearing sometime within the next 30 days. David Belke is appealing his firing to the city's Civil Service Commission. Belke lost his job after an internal investigation that concluded he had not filed reports, lacked empathy, and was disrespectful toward the department, among other things. But Belke says the fact that he is willing to go through this very public process shows his true character. City officials and Belke and his attorney will have to agree on a time to set the hearing. He had been with the department for 15 years.
We have a follow-up to a story that first ran in April. A cremation company used by some in the valley has been ordered to stop doing business in its home state. Regulators in Colorado suspended the registration of the Heritage Crematory Services. We previously reported on the company and the problems they caused for some people in our area, including long delays of service and refusal of some local funeral homes to work with the company. Heritage claims to be local, but is not located in Minnesota or North Dakota. Instead, it outsources its jobs to local companies. 12 states have issued cease and desist orders, and 30 complaints have been registered with the Federal Trade Commission. The Minnesota Department of Health is also investigating this company as well.
The North Dakota Department of Health has put out another call to those interested in getting involved in the medical marijuana business. This time, they're asking any laboratory interested in testing medical marijuana to submit a letter of intent. According to state law, approved labs will collect and test samples from registered medical marijuana manufacturing facilities for safety purposes. The last time the state asked for letters of intent, they received 97 letters from those interested in getting involved with medical marijuana.
A year ago at this time, various law enforcement agencies made their first attempt to keep the peace on Highway 1806 south of Mandan. Today's the anniversary of the beginning of the Dakota Access Pipeline protests. 709 demonstrators were arrested during the protests. A large majority of those detained were from out of state. $38.2 million, that's the total cost to taxpayers for resources connected to protest response. And recently, Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Chairman Dave Archambault told us that regardless of what people say, they made a good attempt to let others know that there was resistance to the pipeline.
All three members of North Dakota's congressional delegation are joining Governor Doug Burgum in urging the White House to declare a major drought disaster for the entire state. In a joint letter to the president, Senators Heidi Heitkamp and John Hoeven and Congressman Kevin Cramer requested additional federal support. In the letter, the delegation states that producers are not currently eligible for low-interest economic injury loans to offset small, non-farm businesses' economic losses, and that a major disaster declaration would allow the state and its residents the necessary resources from the federal government in order to weather the devastating drought.
A sloppy Joe feast for a good cause. They were Joe's for GIs. It was the 8th year this traditional American sandwich was the featured fare at this U.S. bank-hosted fundraiser. And since it's about raising money for veterans, as the name implies, what better setting for today's event than the Fargo Air Museum? That's a good crowd turning out to support this cause and the organizations and people it helps.
We just really appreciate the support of the men and women who do so much for us, our military members, the Guard and Reserve, and our veterans. They do a lot.
Fargo's VFW Post will be the beneficiary of today's Joe's for GIs luncheon. To date, that program has raised some $46,000.
The malls are filling up with back-to-school shoppers as they get ready for the first day. Style experts say trends this year include overalls, jogger pants, and graphic t-shirts. And they add, as students and parents look for outfits, it's important to look for what is needed instead of wanted. For more looks, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and look for this story.
Some colorful creativity is gracing the pavement at the Red River Zoo. The Arts Partnership is hosting its annual Chalk Fest, where artists of all ages and skill levels are covering the sidewalks throughout the zoo. Both local and visitor artists contributed for the event, as well as plenty of people just wanting to leave their mark. Organizers hoping that Chalk Fest will bring people together through something just about everyone can find familiar.
We don't very often get to see everybody who lives in the community, and this is one of those great events because it's free, because it's at the zoo, that everybody can come, everybody's welcome, and so we get to see a lot of the metro that we don't always see.
There's still time. Chalk Fest continues until 7 o'clock tonight at the zoo for anyone wanting to contribute or just take a look at what everyone else has created.
And it looks good, doesn't it?
It does look good. A lot better than I can do.
Yeah, way better than mine. Okay, it's a 110-foot drop. Later on Valley News Live at 6, find out what's got the daredevil in people coming out in downtown Fargo.
And there was a drop in temperatures today while we saw highs in the low 70s in Lakes Country. Warmer weather is around the corner, and we'll tell you about your next chance of rain right after this.